Hey, what it do, what the business is.
It's another week in the books, the OndeckTV podcast. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown. If you're looking for me on social media, you can find me Animal_Brown.
And I am Spike Lou on the same said social media spots. How are you, Mxtra?
I'm well. It's your boy Mxtra Sauce, Mxtra3 on all things social media. And for people who added me wrong on Twitter, it's no E and it's just Mxtra3
Please
on all things social
clarify
media.
for them, please.
Thank you. No one is looking for you on social media.
Right.
You lied right
Thanks
then,
for
but
that.
it's
We
cool.
appreciate that.
We're not biting.
I just made that up, huh?
Yes, clearly.
Yes, you did.
What you have on deck for the weekend, man?
You went to Miami this weekend. It was pretty cool. I like to go do tourist stuff when I go out. So I did the Star Island tour.
Oh, you one of those people?
Yeah, I'm one of those people. 100% in every city that I go to twice.
Dope.
But yeah, the Star Island shit was fire. Have you done that before?
Negative.
Man, the J-Lo house. My guy from the Viagra Doctor house, he had the biggest house on the block. It was
As he
like
should.
158 million or some shit like that.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, Rihanna's house where she did the work video, all of that. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool experience. So I enjoyed my time down in MIA.
That's dope.
And I started a new series on Showtime, City on the Hill.
Okay.
It was okay.
Okay.
Waiting for it to just rev up some. They're kind of fast paced right now. They need to slow it down, but the acting is
Okay.
But I'm gonna stick around for it because I like the town, and it's based off earlier things in the
classic.
town. I think. What you have up for the weekend?
Man, I did a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Saw
All
a couple
right.
movies. Went
Yeah,
to a musical. Shout
A
out to Marvin Gaye
musical.
musical at the Fox Theater.
Man, how was that?
It was pretty good, grown man shit. It made me wonder, does anybody know of a Marvin Gaye documentary or movie that's worth watching? Because it made me want to learn more about his whole story.
I think they have
It's
a
a
doc.
book.
I don't know about a movie.
I know that there's a good book about him. I can't think of the name of it right now, but there's a really good Marvin Gaye autobiography. Well, excuse me, not autobiography, but biography.
Okay.
I'll try to find it.
I need a
for you.
movie or a documentary. I don't feel like reading right now.
That's fine.
Interesting Life, Marvin Gaye.
audio book.
Very interesting life.
Yeah, no, it was dope. And then I saw Dark Phoenix, which was trash. Then I saw Rocket Man, which was okay. Then I saw Mob, which was okay.
God damn, how many
AMC. Shout out to AMC, man.
What
Keep
is
it
Rocket
alive.
time do you have?
Rocket Man is Elton John biography. I mean,
that's
biopic.
big movie.
Oh wow.
It's pretty good. It was a musical, though. I was hot about that. I ain't really into no musical. They talking at the table and they break out in song and dance.
Oh no.
You just said you went to go see
I'd
a
have
musical.
broke out
Yeah,
of the
but I did
theater.
that for my wife, though. She made me go to that shit.
I'd have
You
broke
just
out of
said
the
grown man
theater
shit.
after that. Nah, but it with all due respect, Marvin Gaye and Elton John. I'm sitting there through Marvin Gaye songs. I ain't really trying to hear Elton.
Elton John got some shit, though.
Elton John
He
is
ain't,
a
got
legend.
Marvin,
minute,
he ain't got Marvin Gaye shit though.
Depends on what
some
you-
shit.
I'm sleeping then. I'm sleep. I'm super sleep then.
What you have on deck, sir?
I was also in the MIA. Had a pretty good time. No tourist stuff for me, but
Of course
was
not.
down there for a friend's birthday. It was pretty cool.
Happy birthday, Mxtra friend. All right, man. Before we get into this work, man, we first let's speak on rest in peace to Bushwick Bill.
Yes.
The 1/3 of the legendary Ghetto Boys passed away from complications of pancreatic cancer in Colorado.
Sorry to hear that.
Condolences to his fans, friends, and of course family. They were actually planning a Ghetto Boys tour. But then, some things happened. You know how that goes. It's hard to get everybody on one page, so they stopped the tour. But he passed away. There were some false reports on Sunday early that he had passed away. That wasn't necessarily true, but then it was confirmed later on in the night. So condolences, obviously, to the Bushwick Bill family.
R.I.P.
Definitely that.
Let's get to these topics, though, man. T.I. versus TMZ is up first. Now, as we know, earlier this year, T.I.'s sister passed away when she was involved in a single-car accident. Now, details of the death were published by TMZ over the weekend, which included a report from the medical examiner stating that the accident was caused by cocaine use that triggered an irregular heartbeat, leading to her crashing into the pole. Now, T.I., in a video on social media, had called for a boycott on TMZ. Now, my question, earlier this year, T.I. called out Kodak Black on social media, and you advised T.I. not to take a stand on social media for those type of instances. Did you feel the same way about this situation?
I didn't. I didn't feel the same way because I feel like that when addressing TMZ, that's a more formidable foe for T.I. And I feel like if you don't go down the road, like I was saying back then, if you don't go down that road with Kodak Black,
Right.
if you don't go down that road with Gucci, then I can pay more attention to this because this is a lot more personal to you and it means a lot more.
Facts.
And the only thing that I was saying then that was wrong with what T.I. was doing is just he giving too much of his energy. So now when you get to this point, when it really does mean something, it's almost like the man who cried wolf. And I'm not saying that dismissing anything or any purpose that he's done prior to, but in today's microwave society, when you see T.I. saying, okay, let's boycott some again, the people who ain't as engaged, they going to keep scrolling because they done seen this movie 3, 4, 5 times within the last year. Yeah. So I stick to my point, and what I say is I wish T.I. would have reserved some of those previous going out against or boycotts against other companies and saved it for stuff like this, because this is definitely the right stance that he needs to take. I wish someone had did this a long time ago to TMZ. He should be able to gather enough people that have enough power on his side to be able to get them all the way the fuck out of here. And I don't have any problem with that, nor do I have a problem with T.I. leading the charge here. I just wish that this was more fresh, that we were seeing T.I.'s face for the first time, or closer to the first time when dealing with these issues. Then it would probably resonate more with more people.
Yeah, I think I understand 100% why T.I. would be upset. When it hits close to home like this, when it's a news outlet reporting on your people, T.I.'s sister is not a celebrity.
Right.
TMZ is supposedly reporting on celebrity news. So I get why he would be upset. So he has a legitimate beef. Let's be very clear about that.
That is a fact.
But it's tough because their whole thing was, and TMZ ended up taking down the post, and they put a new post up that was kind of apologizing for posting the information, and then it was more of them paying homage to T.I.'s sister, listing her accomplishments, because she had a lot of big things going on in the community that they neglected to mention
prior to
in the original post.
Yeah, and I don't even think that that's fair or that does anything to rectify the matter, because now you're going back and people are going to click this because they think you're going back and forth with T.I. And yeah, it's cool to put her accomplishments up there, but I don't want any more engagement for TMZ. Like, I don't want y'all coming to apologize or anything. Leave my sister out of this.
What is your beef with TMZ? Is it because it was a non-famous person?
Yeah, because, I mean, yeah, like you say, you sign up for this if you T.I. Then
right.
If something happened to him, God forbid, like these people that are famous, then this is what you sign up for. But don't go, like, just so people will click on it and say, T.I. sister's toxicology report released. That's nasty.
That's disgusting.
That's nasty.
Disgusting.
That all she is T.I. sister. Like, she ain't asking for a TV show. She ain't trying to be on reality TV. Like, I ain't see none of that from her.
Right.
All I seen was her being T.I. sister, and it just so happened that he's famous. That's my brother. I love him. So I'm going to be around him. People are going to start to notice who I am. But that don't mean you get to tell people I like to do whatever I like to do in my personal time, because I didn't sign up for that.
So let's put some hypotheticals on, a hypothetical hat. If this situation had happened to T, again, obviously hopefully nothing like that would happen, but someone of a T.I. caliber, of T.I. celebrity,
right?
And it was cocaine in the system, and you got the details out about it. Is that fair game to post if you're TMZ, or if you're CNN, or if you're Fox News, or if you're World Star or Breakfast Club? Is that's still fair game because they're in the celebrity news business, correct?
Right.
So Mxtra, what's your problem with it? Why do you think it was such an egregious act by TMZ?
Well, they just crossed the line. Just like you said, it was civilian. It's just like you being in the game, and in the dope game, and you kill an innocent civilian for no reason. It's the same thing. It was disgusting. I mean, it was all for sensationalism, for headlines, and T.I. has every right to be upset. I don't think anything he did prior to this, you can't imagine they would do something like this. So all of that before has nothing to do with this. He just has every right to voice his opinion about it. I'm with him 100%. TMZ is on the DJ Vlad level with me. They really get under my skin, and Harvey has been doing this bullshit for a long time. So I'm glad T.I. finally spoke out about it.
What's the beef with TMZ? Is it the false reporting? Some of the misses?
Yeah, they come too early. They pump fake.
I think it's the carelessness. Yeah, like you say, they come too early, they pump fake, and it doesn't show any regard for the news in which you're reporting. See, when you're looking at a CNN or you're looking at a your local news or whatever, there's a certain, I guess, process that you have to go to even get those headlines on TV, and it seems like most of the time with TMZ, that process is not followed. It's just like, if we can be the most salacious with it, if we can put it out there first, then we're going to throw it out there.
Well, I know that tabloid though. Like I wouldn't say that they're that though. We're not going to act like they kill somebody literally every day, even though that's a joke. That's an ongoing joke.
I would say that their genre is tabloid, because how could you report on those things without it being kind of sensationalized? Like, how do you report on a celebrity overdose? How do you report on things that, like, people overdose every day? It normally wouldn't be news, but because it's little skies
right.
or whatever it may be, this is news and they got to report on it. So, like, if they don't do it, Channel 2's not going to do it, CNN's going to do it. Like, how are you going to get the information? And I feel like the information is sensationalized in itself. So I mean,
you're saying it's a overall issue with the way that celebrities are covered.
It's covered in general. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my whole beef with TMZ.
Like,
the coverage of it, and there are people out there that live for that shit. Like, they got a TV show. They got a whole TV show.
Of celebrity homes, dude.
Well,
people care about this
I wanted
shit.
to see the houses. I didn't care who lived there. I just wanted to see. But yeah, I get what you're saying. They build a whole industry around it. Exactly.
So they're just capitalizing off the industry. Now, first of all, let me be very clear. I think I've watched TMZ maybe twice in my entire life.
Yeah.
I don't go on TMZ.com. I don't think I've ever typed in TMZ.com.
Good for you.
If anything, I'll Google an event, and then if they're the headline, then you take a look and see what's going on. I'm a little torn. I understand completely why T.I. would be hot, though, because he's looking like, really, that's what we're doing? But it's almost like when you're famous, I don't want to say
that's what you sign up for?
Almost.
You don't sign up for that
because it happens all the time. So celebrities' husbands, celebrities' wives get coverage, even though they're the same way you can get a TV
but
deal.
It's different.
Check me out. The same way for getting a TV deal for simply being a husband of somebody who plays in the NBA, it's the reversal can happen too. You can get coverage when there's a scandal or when something negative happens. That's just fair game, bro. Like just to keep it 100. You can get a TV deal and a bag off of being married to Steph Curry or a cooking show. Then just like.
But this is not fair game, though.
Let me.
I know. Yeah, you're right. In this particular instance,
take it a level deeper, and I think this is what T.I. may have been alluding to too. Is it a black-white thing? Do they cover I think that T.I. was saying, if I don't follow TMZ. If I were Chris Stapleton, you wouldn't be talking about my sister passing from cocaine. Though Chris Stapleton, you know Chris Stapleton?
No, I don't know who that is.
He was probably one of the biggest country stars.
Okay.
And more people probably know him than T.I. But if his sister dies from cocaine, does TMZ cover that? And I think that what T.I. is alluding to is that, like, because I'm black, y'all try to sensationalize it more.
No, I think they would. I'm not gonna lie.
It don't matter regardless?
I don't think so, bro. It's all for clicks. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't know. They've done some. If you go to any TMZ page and comments, and they don't care about the racism that's in their comments.
The comments go nuts.
They don't do anything to justify that. I mean, to stop that. So I do. There's definitely some racial undertones. The Kanye interview was a perfect example of that.
A lot of people give Van Lathan a hard time for working.
He worked for them.
Yeah.
Like I guess like one of the bigger things, and I guess another thing that I missed when you just asked that question, why it's a sensitive or sore spot, is because a lot of people kind of take race to this.
Sure.
They think that they're covering black people, and I ain't saying they are, they aren't. They think that they're covering us as celebrities differently than they would cover Eminem or something.
But let's be honest though, if something did happen to Chris Stapleton's sister, but that's not coming across your feed, bro. That's not coming. Nobody that you follow or any circles that you run in is talking about Chris Stapleton's family.
So
that comment's not coming across your retweets or your IG feed. It's not coming across mine. The T.I. shit it's coming across 20 times because it's T.I. and that's the culture that I'm in that I follow. I'm on Black Twitter. They're not talking about Chris Stapleton. You see, that's why I don't know who the fuck that is.
That's what I'm saying. I guess that's my point, though. So why is it a bigger like if he's a bigger star than T.I., right? If more people know him in general than know T.I., why is it specific to someone like T.I. who less people know? Is that their demographic?
No, I'm saying it'll happen. I'm saying it would happen to Chris Stapleton. It just wouldn't come across your feed, so you would know
would
that it happened.
TMZ cover it though?
Yeah, that's what I'm. I'm saying
they would cover it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they would. You just wouldn't see it. That stuff that goes across, unless it's like Taylor Swift.
But what I'm saying, I think what T.I.'s point is that you see more of it from African Americans.
Geared towards black
people. I mean, just go click the homepage. You just scroll.
Yeah, I don't watch. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm ignorant to it because I'm not on TMZ like enough to have an opinion on that. You know what I'm saying?
So okay, all right. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it just. I wouldn't be mad. Look at if TMZ disappeared tomorrow, I don't think anybody would lose their sleep.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, because like Shade Room is ran by a black woman, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so there you have it.
I mean, there's money in that shit, dude.
Shade Room not reporting on people's toxicology.
Shade Room just as bad. As
they not know?
No,
I wouldn't know that.
I would put them two right there
neck and neck.
I've never seen Shade Room do something as egregious as this.
Do TMZ get any points for taking it down immediately and swapping it up?
No, because they never should have put it up there. It shouldn't have never I don't like that backtracking shit, man. Like, yeah,
just to look good.
There's stuff we were just talking about. Like, you got to go through a process to get this shit approved anyway. So now, since I'm responding to it, you take it down. Nah, nigga shouldn't. Come to me playing TMZ.
Right.
If the public didn't view it, they wouldn't care. They just doing it just because they got called out.
This is true.
You're only sorry because you got caught. World to Rihanna.
All right, moving on, man. Let's talk 50 Cent. Now, video of the G-Unit MC spread of 50, who looked to be on a date with a young lady. He was being asked by a fan to listen to his music. Now, 50 damn near squares up with the underground rapper who was intent on showing him his Instagram. Now, who's more in the wrong? 50 Cent for the reaction or the artist for the approach?
50 in the wrong for what he was dressed as.
First
and foremost, let's get that out of the way. Let's get the elephant
Bro,
dressed
what the fuck did he have on?
Like, any nigga in the wrong that got that long flannel shirt on and cargos in 2019, man.
He looks super washed.
Somebody suit him a Fresh for Dummies link.
Please.
Would you please?
Come on,
now,
Filth.
With that being said, the kid was 1,000,000% wrong because, one, you don't run up on a nigga with that on because he has to have that burn on. Got to, nigga. Long
care about
sleeve.
life.
He ain't got no regard for life.
He ain't got no regard, and I think he had like low top sneakers on.
Yeah,
like
he was
that.
bullshit.
Fit was fast, but 50 can't dress anyway, though.
Yeah,
That's
like
true.
his socks was out and shit. That was nasty. But listen, man, like artists that are going to make it now realize that ain't how you make it. Like, I ain't running up on 50. What is 50 going to do? He gonna put me on his IG that has a million whatever followers, and people may go to my SoundCloud.
That's a big look.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But and I wanted to talk in the sense or more about this as far as the cosign. Like, what rappers that have made it today understand is that the cosign is dead. Like, I gotta put the work in. I have to build a brand up. I credit people like Meg Thee Stallion, Da Baby, Lil Baby slightly. You know what I'm saying? He had kind of the cosign, but it wasn't from a rapper. It was more so QC signed me. And the newer generation understands that, like, I'm out here building my brand. If it's City Girls, you got the City Girl Mafia. If it's the Stallions with Meg or whoever the people are that follow the baby, like, people are building their brands, and they don't do this by running up on artists asking them to listen to their music. Like, that mixtape shit, that shit is dead. And he should have listened to 50 Cent when 50 told him he was stupid. Like, come on, man. Like, even I'm telling you right here that this not gonna work, and you still trying to fight me and tell me, bro, you need to go to my Instagram. No, nigga, I don't need to do shit. You need to go on about your day, start you a career, do some shit that you gonna get paid off of, write for people, whatever it may be. Because you don't even have the thought process, in my opinion, to be a good artist. Because you're still approaching shit like it's 2006.
Yeah, 3 quick observations for me when I saw this video. First and foremost was the outfit. Like you said, it was terrible. Second off, he was slick ready to work, dude, if he hadn't seen the homie with the video camera up. Yeah. That's number 2. He was like, dude, Slick was finna get
rightfully
whooped.
so, man. Don't be running up on me, nigga. Like, what's wrong with you?
That's a fact. And the third observation immediately was the quote that 50 said to him I thought spoke volumes. He said, quote, "There's nothing you can show me that can help you right now."
Nothing.
Now, that's a key takeaway. I know we have a lot of underground artists that listen to this show. Shout out to y'all. I understand the need to feel that you see 50 Cent, you have to say something. But bruh, what can you realistically accomplish by saying, "Hey Filth, hey Russell Simmons, hey Jay, hey Luda, whoever, check out my Instagram"? Think about that before you actually walk up and do that. You have to think about it. Be prepared. If you do run into somebody and you have something on you that you could, especially if somebody's on a date. The fuck?
Yeah, like, I'm on a date. It's the middle of June.
Where were they at?
I'm not even really relevant in music no more. Like, not only, like, so for you to come up on me and I'm 50 Cent, you got to think about this too. Not only do you got to be cold. For me, it's 50 Cent to be like, all right, I'm finna take this chance on you. You got to be doubly cold for people to be like, all 50 got a new artist for them to even take it serious. Because, like, you got to fight through his demons of the OG unit shit and people that don't like him.
The bridges he done burnt.
All the bridges that he's burnt, and you got to fight against that. Like, nah, bro, you can't do that right here while I'm trying to walk in the movies. Or I'm trying to digest this good movie that I just seen, or meal, or whatever. I'm trying to get back in Netflix and chill. I'm not trying to see your Instagram, bro. And like I say, I think it was 50 done the best thing that he could have did for him right in that moment. And told him he was stupid. Like, you stupid, bro. Get his shit up.
Everybody needs to pay attention to that. Like, bro, think about the approach. Like, put some thought into it.
And again,
what can I get out of this
and
realistically?
Again, I'm not saying that he's not talented, because I don't know. I didn't hear anything that the guy did. But I'm strictly basing my how I'm judging him off of how much sense he got, and it don't look like he got a lot because, like you say, you don't play it all the way out. Just put yourself in that person's position if you're him.
Right.
Like if you done made it in rap like you're trying to do, and you on a date with a chick, and like why you want somebody running up to you, bro? Like to
do what?
Yeah, people got. Yeah, this is not. It's like when those people come up to you in the mall, like, buy my CD. Those days are over with.
Yeah.
And you're going to approach 50 in this manner when he's clearly on his leisure time.
And you got somebody recording, which makes me even mad. Like, as 50 Cent, you like, don't even, nah, bro, quit playing with me.
Right, and he's on his leisure time with the chick. That's Nikki from Chicago Black Ink, by the way. Her body is amazing.
Yeah, she was bad. In that clip.
But he's,
She ready to work.
Yeah. I mean, just, you don't do this. This is a prime example of what not to do if you're an aspiring artist.
That's
so everybody take note of what happened. You should never do this. This is not okay.
Let me shoot him some bail, though. Have you ever met 50 Cent?
Yes.
How many times?
Once.
Have you met 50 Cent before?
No. I know what you're going to say, but
I have met him one time.
He ain't big as you think he is.
No, not at all. But what I'm saying is our combined years on this earth are 90 plus, and we have had two encounters with 50 Cent.
Yeah.
This rings off as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity if you're this guy. You just don't walk into across the street from 100 millionaires in the rap game, in the business that you're trying to tap into every day. It just doesn't happen. So to be fair,
I'm gonna take this.
The pressure may have hit to him and was like, yo, this may be now or never. He clearly was nervous because what he was saying didn't make sense. And that's why I'm trying to speak to the underground artists that are listening, is to think it through, like you said, in your head and play it out how to approach the situation and if it makes sense. I know you're going to feel pressured. His homeboy's probably gassing him. He had the phone up. He was probably gassing him. Man, they're going to 50, bro. You ain't going to never see him. He's probably never going to run into dude ever again in his life. So I understand the pressure of thinking I got to do something now or never, and because you're going to have regrets of like, damn, man, I should have said something
to him
when I had the chance. So I got to shoot him a little bail, but he went about it the complete wrong way. Look at my Instagram. He was clearly nervous, bro. That doesn't make any sense.
But I can't shoot him no bail though, because like I say, if you're gonna run up to 50 with the plan of look at my Instagram, then I have to think that you are not as rational as you should be if you're gonna make it in this game.
He nervous,
and that's cool. You read a lot of books as far as strategy.
Yeah,
people
sure.
like there are a lot of strategy out there. The way that you work around nerves is preparation. You prepare for moments like this. You may not have met 50 number one time. You ain't never met P in your life, right?
Right now.
You have an idea in your head of how that would go, though, right? If you met him.
Yeah, for sure.
You playing that out. You've thought about it. You're not running up to P.
You're
not running up to P and being like, hey, bro, I got this podcast, bro. Look at this podcast, bro. Just check this out,
Click
P.
play on it
Yeah,
while
we
we
be
standing
fucking
right
with
there.
you, man. I'm telling you, we like you, bro. I'm telling you, for real. You've thought it out more so than that.
Right, for sure.
So that's the only reason that I won't shoot him any bail, because in order to make it in anything, to be successful, what you come to find out, you're reading in every book that says anything about strategy, you have to plan. And if that's your plan, if this your Hail Mary, I'm going to run up to 50 Cent and tell my nigga to stand over here and record it in the corner, I ain't fucking with that, bro.
Yeah, and then
I'm not fucking with that.
Dude, the camera had the audacity to tell 50 Cent, just check out his Instagram.
Yeah, like, nigga, shut up before I
they
hit
both
you,
was
nigga.
clueless.
Yeah, shut up before I hit you.
Knock you out.
Just check out his
You probably
Instagram.
told that
Get
nigga
your-
to do this like you said.
Get your
your
lame
ass
ass
on,
on.
nigga.
As we say in
So,
Atlanta, get
yeah.
your lame ass on.
And to put a bow on it and to make it sound a little bit better for artists out there, we're not shitting on the hustle. We're not
course
shitting
not.
on you trying to get
It's
on.
the approach.
All we want to do is make you think it out, plan it out, make your approach like damn near like you can't turn it
Strategic.
down. If you're running up to 50 right then, I need you to have it lined up back to back, nigga. You need to have a band back there ready to play, perform live.
Right.
That's what would impress the niggas. Like, damn, this nigga got a band? Like, how the fuck how you know I was gonna be here? Hell yeah, I'm signing this nigga. Let's go to the offices tomorrow, because if you can figure this shit out, you had a band right here. Like, so if it ain't nothing spectacular, nothing right there in the moment that you can do to make that person remember you, then just jot that down. Hey, I know he'll be here. Let me come up with a plan. Let me come up with this and that.
Yeah.
And hope that you meet them again. But better than that, you'll have a plan of strategy to make sure that you can get your goals
The
accomplished.
game is different now, man. Walking up with the CDs in the
Yeah,
mall.
you ain't
the game
freestyling.
changed.
You ain't Big
Yeah.
Sean freestyling for a nigga no more. Like, nah, that ain't happening.
That was
bro.
15 years ago.
Yeah, that ain't happening, bro.
Moving
Do that
on,
shit.
man. Let's talk DJ Khaled. His latest album, Father of Assad, debuted on Billboard at number 2.
We the second best.
And he's hot about it, too. He was beat out by Tyler, the Creator's Igor album. Now, Khaled took to Snapchat in a now-deleted post saying that he makes music for people that actually listen to it. Not no mysterious shit you've never heard, end of quote. Now, he's even suing Billboard for not counting his merchandise bundled streams.
Suing me.
I know. Which allegedly adds up to around 100,000 extra units sold. My
Keyword
question
allegedly.
to you is Khaled overreacting to being outsold by Tyler?
As you would say, get that nigga a cape because he's super salty. Nigga, if you don't go head on somewhere, nigga, like the more talented artist came out on top. I know it's not DJ Khaled's brand to be the second best,
Right.
but accept it, dude. Like I said before, I don't think that he was able to get the return that he usually yields when he puts out an album, and I think that this is frustration from that. Finally, all the shit that we see every day, I think you said something about it on the show before, like the positive, you can do it, we're the best, that shit is out the window.
Chicken
The true
armor.
colors finally showed, nigga. And I'm good. Like, it's refreshing to know that DJ Khaled is a real fucking person.
Right.
Thank you for, like, that's a real opinion to have. I'm not mad at him for having an opinion and saying the things that he did. But you lost, bro.
Yeah.
Don't try to take the shit to court. Don't try to sue Billboard. Take that L. Enjoy having the #2 album. It's cool. 'Cause I think that, like, artists base too much around numbers these days. If you had a gold album, whatever it may be back in the day, then you would consider successful. That means the world for your career. Right. This is gonna go platinum. This is gonna have all the accolades, with the exception of opening as the #1 album. I don't think that he has anything to be salty about.
I agree.
So,
listen, I understand why this is funny to a lot of people.
it's very funny.
This
Khaled,
picture is fucking funny.
yeah, the picture's hilarious on the screen right now. Khaled had his usual star-studded album, and he lost to a guy that was dressed like Frankenstein on his album cover.
Is that what he was going for?
I believe so, to my knowledge. It was a pink cover, and he was dressed like Frankenstein.
That was nice.
Now, people love an underdog, so I get why they're cheering and championing Tyler, the Creator, on championing him on beating Khaled. I get it. I understand all of that. But let's be 100% honest. Khaled had his beef. If Billboard did not count those sales from the bundles of T-shirts that he sold, then he has a legitimate beef because they damn sure counted it for Travis Scott. They damn sure counted, because remember, Nicki was hot about this.
Yes.
She was like, what the fuck? They counted it for Jay. Jay, the one that got this whole tide turned with the Samsung deal. So if you counted it for those people, if I'm counting, I'm looking like, damn, that's really? But I can't take that out on Tyler, the Creator, though. That was his issue. He shouldn't have done that.
His name, though. He just sneaked this.
Everybody knew.
Yeah, that was a sneak diss.
Also, what you have to do, we can go back to preparation in the last story. DJ Khaled, they said his numbers was funny. They were going to count this. They had accepted it. He had wrote it in. These are going to be sales, but they said that the accounting was not correct. They said his numbers were all over the place.
Funny.
And yeah, the numbers looked a little janky.
Can't say
as,
that I'm
as
surprised.
Steph Curry would say. So like Jay turned in his numbers with Samsung. They was legit. Boom.
Travis
I did
Scott.
this for the million. Travis Scott turned them in. They were legit. DJ Khaled.
Yeah, he didn't sell 100,000 worth of T-shirts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on. Like,
I
where are those T-shirts?
I ain't seen the merch.
You talking about the farms, the Tyler, the guy. Where are those T-shirts, bro? Did you mail those to Indonesia?
I might have heard the SZA song on the radio for sure, but I ain't seen nobody with the
I ain't
T-shirt.
seen nobody in the Khaled in the Khaled summer pack.
Yeah.
I ain't seen that. I ain't seen that summer pack, bro.
This whole thing, Khaled, he just got caught being salty, and then made it worse because he deleted the video.
Yeah.
Real bad.
You can't throw
too
rocks
late.
and hide your hand, my man. So I mean, you gotta be. It happens, man. First of all, Khaled, I understand why you're upset, but if you look at it, it's not like you've been the best-selling artist every time you put an album out. I mean, we can go down through your discography, and you probably had #1 once.
It ain't like he was on a 10-game
Right,
like 10
nigga,
streak.
it ain't like this knock. I guess it was because it was Tyler.
No, I think it's because he's at a pinnacle in his career. DJ Khaled, he got money behind him. That's why he's upset.
Well, no, it was
they
a little
put
bit
his
of both.
marketing plan.
It was a
and
little
all-
bit of both,
I mean,
though. Because come on, let's be honest. Tyler, the Creator, when was the last record that he had on the radio?
No, it doesn't. That doesn't.
But I'm saying to Khaled.
Yeah, but I think it's because of the money that's behind Khaled now. Prior, he wouldn't care because it wasn't a big machine. You know, ever since the Snapchat and all of this, he got more money. Epic put more money
Weight
behind
Watchers
him.
and
He
shit.
probably
behind
he
him.
probably missed a goal. Like,
Nah, that's a
you know what I'm
legitimate
saying?
beef.
Like my
if
man
you supposed
Raekwon
to-
said, like I supposed to get 500,000 if I go #1. Nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
If you mean Capadonna?
Yeah, Capadonna,
Yeah, like if if you were an NBA player and you didn't get first team,
I don't get first team. I
that's
don't get
gonna
that
cost
max deal
that's
now.
gonna cost you M's.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it probably had a lot to do with his negotiations,
Right,
as
like
far
when
as
Klay Thompson didn't get
masters
that,
and all of that stuff.
That's what I'm
Klay
saying.
Thompson can't
Get
get a
your
max
numbers
deal
right
because
then.
That's true.
he didn't make the NBA All.
But
NBA
if you
team.
know that you have the numbers on deck, because he was only short by like maybe 20, 25 to Tyler. It wasn't that off.
Yeah.
that makes him more upset when it's that close.
Get them numbers
That's why he
right.
put the video up in the back of the Ghost
Right. Yeah,
in
that's why he was hot.
traffic with
Know
no
he was
shirt
hot.
on.
Yeah, man. Please put on the shirt, DJ Khaled. Bro.
He was hot.
Well, I used to see you on Snapchat doing workouts. Obviously, them motherfuckers didn't pay off.
He gave up on that shit. He cool on that. Before we get to just music break, man, some good news coming out of Houston, man. Houston legend Scarface has decided to trade in the music for politics. He's decided to run for Houston City Council. He made the announcement over the weekend via IG. Did you ever think you would see the day that Scarface would be in politics?
No, I didn't. I didn't. After reading this book, Diary of a Madman, and
Fire ass book. I didn't finish it. I'm hot about it.
that real good book.
Yeah.
And listening to him, Scarface was probably one of my first rappers that I ever started listening to. I remember my cousin had that Mr. Scarface and was trying to put me on. It was a long time ago. I say all of that to say it stands out to me just to show how much the hip hop has grown. Just knowing the topic matter that Scarface used to rap about and how he's going to be able to stand up against that and run. Like, I think that it gives a credit to the art form of hip hop. It gives a credit to the people that offspring from hip hop as far as what we do and how it should be taken seriously. Like, you can turn this into and be bigger than what you started out as. And I think Scarface is a perfect example of someone to be able to do so. Bun B is someone else who I think of who's he's a tenured professor now at Rice University. Just being able to see these people, knowing where they started with UGK or knowing where he started with Ghetto Boys and what they've grown into is a fascinating thing, and I think it means the world to hip hop as far as what it can grow into and what people like us can do based off talking about the culture and providing commentary.
Yeah, man. Every interview I've heard of Scarface in the last 10, 15 years, he's been thought-provoking, intelligent, honest. He's never hid from anything that's happened in his past. You say it's dope to see him come from Ghetto Boys to this. I think it's dope for him to come from before Ghetto Boys and make it to this right here.
Yeah, that nigga was crazy.
He was wild.
Yeah, and we saying that based off the book. Like,
Right.
not just anything being facetious. Like, this nigga had a fucked up childhood.
He's come a long way, man. So I think it's super dope. He's been cooking in the community for a minute. He is a founding member of let me tell you what it's called. It is the Positive Purpose Movement. It supports education and empowerment programs for underrepresented communities. That is who we need in office in every city in the country.
Yeah.
We need people that can give a voice to those who feel like they don't have one. You need people who come from that walk of life that can relate to those that are in it, and that can make change. And I think it'll do best for the greater good. So it's super dope seeing Scarface. I hope he gets it. I'm not sure what the city councilman responsibilities are and what type of impact they can have. I don't follow it that closely, but I am at. Yeah, I don't. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't vote for your city council?
I don't follow it that closely.
Essentially, correct me if I'm wrong here, but that's the person that you, as far as your district, he's running for the District D, which is where I think he grew up with. He's replacing Dwight Boykins, who's going to run for mayor. Okay. So city council is like mayor on a smaller scale as far as running a community, right? Am I wrong?
I wouldn't say mayor, but yeah, it's definitely
that's the person you go to for your neighborhood comes and goes. It's a pothole in the street right here. It's a dirty lot over here, or complaints that you may have to make your community better. That's the person who speaks for you that you vote for. So like he would be the person that like old people go to if people are speeding through there. We want speeding signs right here. Like that would be the person that he talks to, and that's the type of things that he gets done.
Because as a city council, a member, you're part of a collective of other city council.
Y'all talk with each other, and then y'all report to the mayor. So
right.
The mayor is your boss.
Listen, I'm super here for it. Bittersweet day for him, I'm sure, losing Bushwick, but then getting this news. But it's super dope. Who you think will be next? Who could you see? And I don't even necessarily mean 5 years from now. I'm saying who down the
running,
road.
right?
He's running.
Okay,
He's running officially. Yeah. Who do we see that could be next, realistically? A hip-hop artist that could run for city council, mayor, governor, anything of that nature. Besides Chance the Rapper, because that's a layup.
That's a good question. Chance is a good suggestion as
Bun
well.
B
He's
could.
young.
Yeah,
Bun could, but I don't think he got enough time. I don't think that he's that centered. Like that he travels a lot with different things, I believe. Man, that's
Killer
a
Mike?
good one. He said he don't want to. He said he had too much shit going on as far as.
But he would be a good one.
He would be
I
a
agree.
great one, I believe.
You know who I could
But
see?
he's a little too radical for some people, though.
Possibly. Yeah. You know who I could see like 20 years down the line? I say Kendrick Lamar. Long time from now, though. Not right now. His career is obviously taking precedent. But I think years down the road, I could see him taking a seat such as this. And I don't even mean nothing like on no major, super duper presidential level. But I think he could do something like this.
You know what?
And I think he'd be effective in it.
I think the perfect, for what you're saying, 20 years down the road, and people think that I don't like him, I give him shit on here, but I'm thinking about most of the podcasts that I listen to and who I was most impressed by as far as them knowing what's going on in their community and having strong roots in a community would be Gary, Indiana, and Freddie Gibbs. I think Freddie Gibbs would be somebody that would definitely be able to, because he's he can articulate what he sees and what he's been through. His dad was a police officer, his uncle was a police officer, I believe. I think that he would be someone who's kind of been on both sides of it. It can tell one side how the other side thinks and kind of get to some solutions, because Gary's a downtrodden place.
That was an interesting pick. I didn't think you would say Freddie.
Yeah, I think Freddie Gibbs.
Common.
Common for sure. Common is a good one.
I don't know. I don't follow Common, but I think
Common would be better. What?
I don't follow Common. What
How
I
would
would
you say?
but what I'm saying is, because listen, what I say is I don't follow him. Like, if I see an interview and there's Freddie Gibbs and there's Common, I'm going to listen to the Freddie Gibbs interview.
The common casual person knows that Common has done much more for any community than Freddie Gibbs.
That's fine. I'm just saying,
You said 20
it's my
years from
pick.
now.
I'm talking about 20 years from now. That's all.
I
That's
don't
cool.
follow Common.
I ain't disputing that. I don't. Because he's a bad actor. But no, what I'm saying.
Actor.
No, I think that he would be a good one. Just from thinking about different interviews that I've heard, I think that he would be, and he's been through things when he got locked up overseas over there. So I just feel like it would be a good one.
It's funny that you say that, because Common would be a perfect person. I would
agree.
think. I mean, he loves Chicago. Very articulate. People,
Safe.
People from safe.
It's a safe pick.
I was gonna say people from different generations can resonate with Common. You have older people who respect him, younger people who respect him, and all that. So
and that means he can stop doing movies.
Common.
Please,
He's getting the bag. Y'all
please
sound
stop
like
moving.
big haters. That man has a sad car. You do not.
It's sad.
That's the fact.
All right, what we got for this music break, man? What we doing with it?
Yes, sir. We got my man, none other from Meridian, Mississippi. That boy Big Krit back with a nice joint called Krit Here.
Let's check it out. All right, man, we are back. That was Big Krit with Krit Here. How you feel about it?
I liked it. I'm a big Krit fan. It's back to the sampling days of Krit was here. I always love when Krit's in his sampling bag and doing this. And y'all told me the video was dope.
It is.
So I want to check that out too. So
Yeah.
I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, that sample is the Winans Trusting God, by the way, if anybody wants to know what it's
The sample is fire.
Yes.
The beat is fire. My only knock on it is that it's hella busy. Him rapping that style on top of that beat with that sample in the background, it's a lot going on. It can be a little overwhelming, but I do like the song. I'm scared that he's calling this album Krit Is Here, which is basically Krit was here too.
Right.
That's scaring me because Krit Was Here is a classic.
Classic.
Period. So
That's
whenever
that's his best work.
yeah,
to date.
easy.
Yeah. I never forget when I was on the phone with Jay and we heard Children of the World.
That shit banging.
And I was like,
That
who
shit-
is this nigga?
Yeah, he cold. That
Children of
shit
the World, something. Oh my God.
Now that
I
album-
may listen to that tonight.
That album is
something.
That mixtape is fantastic, and I'm scared whenever somebody feels the need to go to double back and go and try to recreate that magic.
right.
That's a little scary.
But I think he got it in him for sure. I'm looking forward to another Krit project. Krit so underrated.
Very.
So anytime he gets a chance to hit us with some heat like this, I'm always happy.
Krit, come on the show, man. Fuck with us.
Yeah, he out here in Atlanta for us.
Yeah, man. Saw him in the movies. I should have hollered. I should have walked up to him like dude at 50 when I seen him in the
Yeah, you
movies.
see everybody in the movies.
Right.
That nigga in the theater more than the damn furniture in the theater.
All right, man. We are talking club bangers this week, piggybacking off the summer anthems that we played last week.
Shout out to How Weezy, man.
We're going to get to that in a
sir.
second. We're going to give him some clock. Don't worry about a thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
good
ain't know
job
that.
before I dunk on you in this one-on-one, but good job.
Oh, man. Sound like threats.
We're going to give him some burn. Don't you worry about it. Now, look, club anthems are simple. What makes a good club record?
Turn up.
What are some of our favorites? We've got 3 apiece, give or take. I might have took one of them extras, possibly. Also, we're gonna kind of put together a summer banger. Like, who would you feature on yours if it was 2019? Excuse me, not summer, but club banger. All of mine will be old because I don't go to the club no more. So there's that. Super washed out here.
When the last time you been to a club?
Oh shit. I've been since we've been here since 2010.
I don't even know what I do in a club. Like, what are you doing in the club, Mxtra?
Yeah, how's it go?
That's the last time y'all been in the club?
Man,
2010?
Probably 2014.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's been years.
and I ain't missed a thing.
I'm not even gonna hold you.
I'm not even gonna hold you. It's Atlanta shit. This Atlanta cap. Here
No.
comes some Atlanta cap.
No, for real.
Nigga went
For real,
Wednesday.
Anytime you hear I ain't even gonna hold you, Atlanta cap is coming next.
That's a fact.
No, I don't club like I used to. If anything, if any club I'm in these days is probably the strip club.
Fair enough.
However, because Atlanta doesn't party like it used to. Now, the last time I went to the club, probably a year ago, maybe. Probably a little less than that. And all people do is just get sections and stare at each other.
Exactly.
It's like the compound still open. Is that still a thing?
Unfortunately,
It's still a thing?
yeah, it's still
Oh,
open.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was never fond of promoters, black promoters specifically, using the same venue, not charging what white people partied the day before, up charging all the black people to pay the party. I
And
refuse
y'all
to be a
niggas
part of
gonna
that.
pay it.
Yeah, I refuse. Y'all can
Of
have
course they gonna charge y'all
it.
more.
Y'all can have it.
Man,
Yeah,
I
so
don't know about any of
obviously this isn't the topic that we're gonna be great
I love
on.
club songs. I can pick a great club song.
That's a fact.
And speaking of picking one, I know we had a lot of feedback on the playlist. I probably put another
You'll put
club
together a
one
club
together.
playlist.
I got you guys.
Can you
They're
do it for
available on
Tidal?
Tidal. Title's out for the summer.
Get
anthems.
sponsored out here for Tidal.
Yeah,
We
Tidal
want to be
is out.
powered by Tidal,
It will be across all streaming platforms.
There we go.
but led by Tidal. Jay, we talking.
Let's get to
Rock
these
Nation.
club bangers.
Paper planes.
Number one, I'm kicking this one off because this is a layup. I got to go Jim Jones.
We fly high.
You know why this is a club banger? Because
That was a Jim and Cam move right there that you just stole.
yeah, absolutely. Let me get that up off you. Like this song is so fire. Like people call it ballin', and it's not even called ballin'. It's called We Fly High. It's technically the name of the song, but no one gives a shit. This is ballin' if you know about it.
They had to add ball in the parentheses.
Yeah,
It
they had to
had
put it
to.
in parentheses exactly.
This was clearly when this came out. This rattled the club. This was a huge. This is
Facts.
obviously Jim Jones' biggest hit without question. He's probably still eating off of it.
Ain't no probably
in
too.
2019. Everybody in the club was shooting jumpers. People that can't shoot.
Right.
People that can shoot. The girls, dudes. It doesn't matter.
The niggas that was putting in the dribble with the jumpers,
Right.
though, that was nasty.
Doing the most. But
Ugh.
big record by Jim Jones though. Who knew he had it in him though? That was a huge record.
True. That was a huge record. I
Yeah.
know Cam still probably pissed to this day that he didn't have no credits on that.
Didn't
Credit
Max
to
B
Max
write the
B
hook?
for that. Yeah, Max B was heavily involved in that. I think was Jewels on there.
No.
I didn't want him on well.
No. Max B wrote the hook.
It told the future though. If we had been paying attention to who was going to be the longest lasting diplomat, which is Cameron, and we've said that before. But yeah, that's a great pick. I can remember, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking some of the songs that when I used to club heavy that I would hear, and you hear them back to back,
Yep.
or you hear it when you know it's going down, it's packed in here, like it's time to go up, and that was definitely one of them. And that's
Clearly.
always going to be one of them. Yeah.
What you got, man?
Since we're going obvious for our first one, this is going to be my obvious ones. Aforementioned Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent in the club.
Yeah, obviously.
G,
You
like
said Afro mentioned. I thought you said Afro man.
Afro Man.
I was about to say what?
we get high.
Yeah, that
I
was
get
fucked
high.
up.
I get,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
in the Denver clubs, yes.
Right.
But no, this is the first song I remember vividly. Like when this 50 came out and that motherfucking ring back. I think 5 times the DJ played this motherfucker in a row.
Yep.
It was at the Outer Limits in Nashville around the time that this came out, and that shit was crazy. Like I still remember when it's like the week that this came out and everything surrounding this. It still goes up to this day. You can still play this in the club. So that would be my first and foremost.
Yeah, 50 Cent struck gold with that. The line that does it is "Go Shorty, it's your birthday."
Go short, it's your birthday.
They're gonna play that
Forever.
from now until
Brilliant.
3,000.
all
So
you
that
need.
was now that's it. That'll never get old. Everyone will continue to have birthdays and celebrate them.
That was part of 50 Cent brilliance back then. The little smile, the go short.
And women love
this
shit like
is
that.
how
Yeah, well,
we
that's what I'm saying.
do all of that shit like
Yeah.
that. They love it, and that was part of the brilliance of early 50 Cent. And he couldn't find later on like what is it, PIMP, 21 Questions, like all of the little catchy shit. Then he lost that shit and it was over.
Anytime you can get a woman to say something about her birthday, it's a wrap.
Yeah, that's right. You
they
in
gonna
there.
play that
Yeah,
forever.
they can definitely. Oh, it's my birthday, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All month,
done.
all month.
It's done. So yeah, that's a big one. That's a layup, but low hanging fruit.
Definitely
but you know.
layup. I got,
The ballings definitely isn't. Definitely isn't.
y'all gonna. I'm gonna have to get some sneak ones.
I got a sleeper.
Go follow up then. I'll come.
My sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
Because you usually think of more upbeat stuff as club, more rowdy stuff. This one went up for the old sugar daddy niggas that shouldn't even be in the clubs.
Oh, this should be good.
And they was right there at the bar when it, like, this was their song.
Okay.
And the chicks too, but T.I. whatever. And anytime I can squeeze the king in here, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
T.I. whatever you like. Stacks on dick. Like, this used to go up in the club so surprisingly. Everybody loved this song because it meant free drinks for chicks.
Right.
Old heads was shooting their shots with the young chicks who was trying to get them old head.
Cake
or
and-
whatever.
cake was going on
Cake daddy.
strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was an
Sugar
anthem.
daddy. Yeah.
This was a tricking anthem
For
for
sure.
a whole summer.
And that's your
Unfortunately.
man.
Yeah,
That's your
that's my
man's
guy.
too.
Yeah, that's my guy.
With the
Always.
tricking anthem.
Tricking anthem. I give it to him. He can have
It was
that.
a hit though.
That was a
No,
hit.
of course. That was
Yeah,
it.
that was an anthem, boy.
The artist formerly known as the King of the South.
No,
Shout out to
still,
T.I.
still the king.
No, that's a big record. I can't flex.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And most people wouldn't have picked that. Yeah, I like that. What you got?
I'm following up. I'm going to go with a Jack beat, which you don't really see too often, but Lil Wayne on Swag Surf. Now Swag Surf in the song,
That's cheating.
obviously.
That's cheating because Swag Surf still go up.
Yeah, no, Swag Surf goes
this
up
day.
today.
To this day.
It's kind of had a resurgence, but when it first came out, it went up. But you just knew the hook and you did the dance. When Wayne's version came out, niggas knew the bars and everything. Like, we rapped that whole song in the club, gals, dudes, and that's a mixtape joint. So that's very interesting that a mixtape song could ring that heavy in the club without radio play, without being an actual single. So that was a big. Lil Wayne's got several records, obviously you can kind of pick from, but this one went up. People really love that version. They were mixing the original with his. Like that was a dope, but that was like classic Wayne right there. No Ceilings.
Sure. Another song that he had, like, just
I
like
forgot
that.
the name of the mixtape.
The
Go
Killer,
ahead.
the same one with the Killer. Well, that wasn't the Killer Mike mixtape, but I mean, excuse me, the
No,
where
it
he
was Mike
took
Jones.
Mike Jones song.
Yeah, that was a big
Cool.
record
Something
too.
similar.
Exactly. That went up in the club too. So that's when Wayne was making everybody else's records his own, including his own. So that was a big record for the Swag Surf. What you got for number 3?
This last one is my personal favorite. This was my way back in the day. People probably might even know this. I had to probably YouTube this.
Showing his age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
showing my
clearly.
age. Well, these were teen nightclubs, granted.
Fair
This is when
enough.
I was in the club in the teen,
Teen nightclub.
teen nightclub. I started clubbing like 14, 15 years old.
Wow. In Nashville of all
Yeah.
places.
Shaking it. Don't do that. With that being said, I'm going to go with Tila, Show Enough.
Oh, that was a good one.
Nah, that's
Yes,
the shit- that was
Tila
shit,
showing
though.
off like hoes in the club showing love, shaking like it. They
You were
gave me
definitely
the
in ninth
perfect
grade.
hip. I was 100% in the 8th, 9th grade, teen nighting it up, hoping to get into the big dog club and see the grown women shake that ass to this. But I remember when this used to go up, even like I say in teen night. A-Ball and MJG murdered it as they usually do. Tila slept on this, and
he
I'm so
definitely
tired
slept
of balling, the two banging ass
Yeah,
southern
that was
songs.
hard.
So yeah, I definitely think that this was.
I'm so
one
tired
my
of balling.
personal- That was my shit right there, boy.
Yeah.
Tila, nigga.
Yeah. Now, where's T-La at right
I wonder
now?
what Tila. That's a good one. That's a
Damn.
Where Are They Now for sure.
Absolutely.
Him, Tony Draper, the whole Suave
Rapper,
House crew,
Suave
nigga.
House. Damn.
Suave House, nigga.
I remember Tila had them Eastlands on that album cover.
Man, I remember.
He sure did.
Y'all know about them Eastlands and that
God
Duckhead.
damn.
Man, that's funny. Young Tila. I may listen to that too today.
Shout out Tila, man. My third and final one is probably my most recent. I got to show some love to the ATL.
Okay.
I got to go Future March Madness.
Oh man, that's the
Classic club
That's
record.
the biggest one.
Classic club record. The hypnotizing beat,
That's the anthem.
the
Right?
hook. He turned that into an anthem. Just not even March, nigga. That was year round in the club.
Yeah, you play that to this day.
That's going up.
It don't matter, man. Oh my god.
I'm talking about that electrified the club.
Yeah.
Like and it's not even an up tempo record though.
Nah,
Like,
it's just
that's a
laid back.
mid-tempo. Yeah.
We went to Revolt that year that it was around the time it came out. It was like the shit was playing like the whole weekend. It
Everywhere.
was like it was
Yep.
just playing.
Yep.
Like,
Everywhere.
wherever
A consistent
you walk,
loop, it
It
was
was just like a
playing.
whole loop of March Madness. This is what I remember. So yeah.
That was a huge monster record. Is that Future bigger? Because I was thinking Young Nigga Move That Dope,
Young Nigga
but
Move.
then I
No,
was
March
like,
Madness is a way bigger record.
Okay, no, that's fair. Way bigger record. I got to give it to him. That anytime people hear, like it just make you feel a certain way when it hit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's shit, and it sound good in the club too. That's important. Your record has to it can't be too busy. It can't be doing too much because people are drinking, they smoking, they having a good time. So you can't have too much shit going on in your record. Like that shit
You got to be
right
something
there.
catchy, repetitive.
It's got to match the atmosphere of the club, and I think Future did that with March Madness.
True.
What are some of your go-tos, Twin? What you got?
Man, since you stole one of mine,
Had to.
actually two of them actually with Future.
You niggas said 2 of them.
Goddamn.
Debo.
But this is a slept-on record, but I remember playing this in college. I think it was my senior year. Young Jock is going down.
That was big. I'm not gonna flex.
that was
You did
the motorcycle dance. That was big.
Yeah, the motorcycle.
That was
Tom Cruise did it on Oprah Couch. So
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that blew
When
it
you
up.
start doing this,
That blew it up.
that was huge. I think BMF by Rick Ross was a big record.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest.
That was huge.
Of that generation with that damn BMF. Jesus.
Ross blew up with that one.
Honorable mentions on my end, I would go Jeezy, Trap or Die.
Oh, you gotta have a
course.
Jeezy record.
Facts.
Or Who Dat, the Off the Recession album. And
We skipping that one though.
Yeah.
You ain't doing the Who Dat? Y'all ain't doing that? I forced it in there.
Yeah, two Jeezys.
I'm
No,
hot.
Jeezy Go Crazy. Was
Go
better,
Crazy.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that. I'm doing that Trap or Die.
Yeah, Trap or Die for sure.
Trap or Die for sure.
Lean Back.
Lean Back was definitely a good one.
Lean Back that went up.
That went up.
Yeah.
And Remy Ma had the best verse.
You're a big
She
Fat Joe
ripped it.
fan, though.
And I left off one of my bands that make you dance for sure.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Biggest one here lately, we would say, what, Bodak Yellow?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Easily, Bodak Yellow gotta
That's-
be easy.
I'm not gonna lie, that might be it. Shit.
Yeah.
It still probably go up to this day.
Tear the club up.
Ooh.
I seen a
That was
couple
when,
niggas
see,
get
that was
their
when it
ass
was
whooped.
over,
Tear
though.
the club
Yeah, it was
up.
over. Like, if you a
That shut the
DJ,
club down.
I'm gonna tell you, a DJ told me a trick. He was like, okay, if you want to go in there and make some quick little money, you got 2 gigs, you go in one spot, you play that Tear the Club up, get them niggas to fighting early, over, you go on to your next spot, you done made 2 for 1 that night. That shit used to happen too, nigga.
Wise words from a decent man.
That's a fact. R&B, Buy Your Drink, T-Pain.
Usher loving his club.
Yeah.
Fire.
That was good. That was big.
Yeah.
Not bigger than T-Pain though. You tried to outshine me. Not quite though.
Nah, loving his club go down.
Loving this club. Lovers and Friends.
Lovers and Friends.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was one on R&B too.
And then the remix Loving the Club with Beyonce. That shit
Okay,
went
yeah,
off.
that was big. Who are you getting on your club banger? Who? You got-
Usher and Lil Jon with I forgot what
That's big.
That's
That
a
was
huge
huge.
record.
That was
Yeah.
a big one.
They happy white girls in Vegas going crazy to that record.
That's
That
true.
was a big one. What's Drake's biggest club record?
He got so many. God
Oh,
damn.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know if he has that many.
Dang, you got one. Y'all can't think of one.
Nah, not off the top of my
what's that
head. Other than
one,
Kiki, I mean that's big.
That was
What's the
huge.
one that the anniversary just passed? Worst Behavior?
Worst
Is that-
Behavior?
that was
yeah,
big.
that was a
Is
good
that
one.
it? Yeah.
That was a good club record.
He's got like 20 though. We can be here all
That's
day
it.
on that.
Worst Behavior and Successful, probably.
What if you're doing a club banger right now, who has to be featured on it? And who doing the beat? Think about that.
Man, I don't
Who's
know
making
who
the beat?
boy
Who
Earl
do you
on the
have to
beat.
have-
Who was Earl?
Who in the fuck
Act
is
up.
Oh, I don't know.
that?
That.
Who
Shout
needs
out to
to
Earl
be
on the
in
beat.
it? I don't know who that is.
You know now, nigga.
I think
Shout
I
out
think
to Earl.
right now, in this climate right now, it would be fresher. It would be big. It would be a moment. If you're starting with the Migos.
Oh, I thought those were people you were naming. I was like, who the hell is Fresh?
Right.
No, I think we ain't heard the Migos together in a while on a big record. I feel
Yeah,
like you
I'm
put the
straight.
Migos. You don't want his Migos. I feel like you put the Migos with like somebody that's popping there, like Migo, Meg Thee Stallion, and the Baby, something like that.
Yes.
A big record to make the club go up. I think that's what I'd go with.
I was gonna say Quavo. I was gonna say.
I want the whole thing, the whole team. Pause.
Pause.
Yeah, thank you.
Ooh, my
Quavo. Give me Quavo and I'm trying to think club. I mean, I guess you could go
I'm
change.
definitely going to Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, see. Here's the thing. I haven't been in the club since she's been relevant, so I don't know what that sounds like.
I seen the clips on her Instagram.
Yeah, they go
Nah,
goes
it's going
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I'll take your word for it. I'm not
Yeah.
tripping. Y'all let us
City
know.
Girls.
City
of
Girls in the
course,
club.
That's a win. And I'm getting Metro Boomin to do the beat. Y'all tripping. That's
Yeah,
a layup.
Metro can do the beat.
That's a layup. Y'all let us know, man. Go to Facebook in the rap chat. Tell us who you would have on your ultimate club banger in 2019, and give us some of your favorite. Give us your top 3 club bangers. Period.
We will take them. Appreciate
Absolutely. We got another music break.
Of course we do. This one comes from Jay Stone. It's called The Marathon Continues, tribute to none other than the late, great Nipsey Hussle. Jay Stone is signed to All Money In, and this is his tribute to Nipsey.
Let's hear it. We are back. That was Jay Stone with The Marathon Continues. What was it hitting on?
I like that, man. I'm always here for that type of music, especially the tribute to Nipsey. I ain't checked out Jay Stone prior to. But this will make me go check him out. So
Shout out to Jay Stone. Funny story.
Dope
When I
beat.
went to L.A. and visited the Marathon store, shout
You
out
met
my
Jay
guy
Stone?
Derb. Jay Stone was inside there.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, and my homie, shout out to my homie. He knew who he was. I know the name, but I couldn't put a face to it. And so I was like, oh, shit, that is homie. And then the funniest shit happened, the most L.A. shit. He's in the store, and he's obviously close with the people that work in Marathon. And so he was buying a shirt or getting a shirt, and the guy at the counter said, oh, you don't want the red one? We got the red one for you. He was like, man, come on, cuz. 60s, cuz.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's time for me to leave. My time in this store has come to
Were
an
you
end.
frightened?
Nah. It just I've been here
Wrap
too
it up.
long. Yeah, it's time to
wrap it up.
bag my little shirt up so we can go ahead and dip. But nah, shout out to Jay Stone. This was a dope record. He was painting a nice picture on here, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jay Stone, man. It's good to hear a quality tribute from someone who was close to the big homie. So shout out to Jay Stone. R.I.P. Nipsey forever.
And I didn't know they closed the store down. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, the online store is still up, but the brick and mortar has been closed, and I swear I didn't know that, and it's been like that for like a month.
I hope that all of that work over there doesn't go in vain. I hope that the store doesn't stay closed. I hope that they're able to continue to develop out the space that
The plaza.
they bought. Yeah.
Yeah.
The marathon continues.
Absolutely, man. Question of the week before we get out of here. Future, yo boy, just dropped a new EP.
Yes, sir.
It's called Save Me. It's listed under the R&B and soul category of Apple Music. If anybody was wondering about that.
So
Apple don't know what they doing.
Yeah, neither does Future. Now, the internet was split on whether this was
Crazy.
good or not. My question, Lou, did you mess with it?
I'm writing down a list here. Rick Ross, Future, Baby.
Baby.
Yeah. People that it's over for.
Baby.
It's
Stop.
Baby because it's over him too. I mean, I think Future's. Somebody said this in the group chat earlier this week, just putting out a lot of what he has now because he's trying to make sure that all of it hits prior to him going cold. Cause I just don't think that he in it no more. Like, dude, like this shit ain't. I ain't here to listen to the depressed Xanax laden music that Future's putting out on this. Mxtra said it was banging,
For sure.
allegedly. What I listened to, I didn't hear that at all.
Right.
And I just don't think, and I think that he knows, his team knows, people around him know that we need to get this music out before nobody wants it. Like, Future's still a big name right now, and I'm being a bit facetious when I say over for. He'll be able to put out music and make an impact for a while, but I don't think that he's going to be the top tier artist that he has known himself to be based off that last album and everything that happened after it as far as what he's released, because it just ain't hitting.
Yeah, it's a 7-song EP and it's some slaw. Let's go
Oh
ahead
my
and be
God,
honest
this
with
boy.
ourselves.
Some song.
The fake
This- you talking
depressed.
about the hater. It's not fake.
Yeah, nah, the fake depressed shit. I'm good.
Oh my goodness.
He's said countless times he doesn't do drugs. He did, like, shut up, dude. I don't
Well, you
wanna
didn't
hear
listen
Xanax
because that's not
damage.
what he's talking
No,
about.
but I listened, but it
It's a
doesn't
metaphor.
sound good.
It sounds great.
Wait, what's the metaphor for what? Now, I'll engage.
But the Xanax song is a double entendre talking about a woman and
Talking about
drugs.
Sierra.
Say nothing about Sierra.
I just like, man, I feel like the Future trolls and then he plays into it with his music. Like, I don't do drugs, so I'm gonna make a Xanax.
I feel like
song.
people,
Like, I don't
and the
know.
reason why they split, because like you said, it is split. Obviously in this room it's split often with a lot of things. But this in particular is because I feel like I'm the type of person, I listen to so many genres of music that I appreciate when people step outside the box. That's
sure.
why I have appreciation
it's
for Young
good.
Thug. That's why I have appreciation for people like this. So Future has layers to him as an artist. So some people love Turn Up Future. Some people
For
love
sure.
Depressed Future. I, as one, I like, that's why he came out with Hendrix and Future, because he knew it's split just like it is. But I like this. It has 4 songs on this EP that I like. 4 out of 7 I can deal with.
Listen, I like good music,
I
and
don't.
this ain't it.
To
Period.
you, but it's all subjective.
Of course.
Because you like some
we
No
know
Limit shit that I would never listen to in life.
No Limit shit is classic.
No,
Shout out to
some of
P.
it.
P would never put this shit out right now.
Man,
Shout out to P.
a lot of people like this. Some people don't, and that's okay. But I think Future knows that, and I think it drives him.
I think he's gearing up for multiple releases. I think we're going to get another 7
3
track.
weeks straight, didn't you?
My guess is he drops 3 weeks straight. We'll see what 7-track projects. Trying to be like my boy Ye. My boy Kanye started a trend. Shout out to him. Give him props.
Oh God.
But yeah, no, this ain't it. I think it was one song I did like. I think it was Mxtra, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's the one I don't.
That's your anthem, ain't it?
I can't remember. Yeah, man, this ain't nothing. Matter of fact, let me delete this while we talking.
The hate is real, man.
Man,
But
get
I don't
this
even.
out,
It's
man.
not hate. I just.
no, come on. Let me delete it while I'm. That's hate.
I got to free up my gigs.
That's
Get that
it.
out of there.
Yeah. You need to get a limited plan.
like I say, I think Future's trolling, and I think that he uses the leverage that he creates on social media to fuel the music. I don't think the
these
music,
comments. These comments let me know that y'all didn't listen.
I'm saying this based off him like releasing monster records. Though.
But we're talking about this album. You looking for a
Yeah,
club hit?
I'm looking for good music. I'm looking for if you put out a March Madness, you put out a Young Nigga Move That Dope, you put out all of these hits, and you're not able to make hits of that substance anymore. It makes me think that you're declining as an artist. So I'm looking for good music. This ain't it.
So if an artist doesn't have a hit, it's not a good album.
If you're Future.
Okay,
now, I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him in his own category.
You love T.I. last album. It's not a hit on the album.
You're right. And T.I. 25 years in doesn't need a hit.
25.
Future 15 years in needs a hit, bro. That keep his lights on.
But these comments, it's actually exercising futility. This argument because it's a moot point because the comments.
How long you been waiting to get that
comments, out? Exercising futility.
The comments let me know that you didn't listen to this album.
I listened to it.
I
listened to enough of it
and I have
to know that
videos
this shit was
skimming through music.
I listened to enough of it to know I don't like it, and it ain't that March Madness.
Right,
like, don't give me that. Don't give me this week walked on, stepped on. This shit was in the file. We just gonna put out some shit for 4 weeks in a row.
I mean, in the market.
All right, let me ask you this.
Hold on. The videos are shot to perfection. This is some great videos, some great cinematography, and Love Thy Enemies. The keys on that is great. Y'all haven't listened.
We talking about the keys on that.
Yeah, we got to go to the keys. That's when we know.
How long ago you think he recorded this?
I think it was recent, for sure.
That's tells me all I need to know then. Because
I think this shit won't get listened to again. It's already off my phone that quick.
Definitely bumping it again. Shout out to Sean Wash.
This gets no play in the Jeep.
Shout out my guy Wash, man. Don't try to tie him into this terrible ass music.
The insider.
Let's move on Decker of the week, man. Before we get out of here, like you spoiled earlier, shout out to FSP Wheezy for the dope topic suggestion. He said, "Hey, man, don't you guys think y'all should do a club anthem?"
Is that how he said it?
Yeah, something like that.
Congratulations,
hey man.
Weezy, man.
That's his voice, man. Shout out to Weezy.
Hey, I'm Weezy.
That's our guy. Y'all be sure to check him out every Monday on FSP. What new music do we have? We got something to listen to. We got something coming out. What we got?
So the big news is
there's big news.
very.
I got a feeling this has something to do with Dreamville.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
It's funny because I said that in pre-production, but it's a
don't ruin it for the people. Quit pulling the curtain back.
The big news that the rumor is that the Dreamville collaboration album is coming either this week or next week.
Okay.
That's what the rumors are. So I really, really hope that's true.
We know.
Last week we had a lot of projects come out. Tyga came out. He got a couple of bangers on his album, Don't Sleep.
Trash.
His Hater. We're going to get Hater 1 and Hater 2 on his album.
Rack City was a club banger, though. But go ahead.
No, he had some bangers on it. One with Lil Wayne is real fire. Future came out. T Grizzly has a couple. His album came out. He has a couple records on that.
I actually like that project. Timbaland laced him with a couple of those beats, and the second half of the album is better than the first half.
Yeah, it is. You're right. And Cassie Veggies came out. Casey Veggies came out with Organic. He had some good. Actually, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, he's pretty straight though.
Yeah, I listened to it and I was pleasantly surprised. And Salam Remy came out with Box Talk. If you guys don't know who that is, he's a legendary
producer for Nas.
Yes.
Y'all don't know who that is.
Come on, I'm deep out here.
Yeah. You know about Nas. One to your left might not know.
Knowing about it and liking is two different things.
And coming up, we have Gold Link. Shout out to DMV. He's supposed to be coming out. He has a real dope record with Tyler Creator. That was going to be one of my picks. Might be soon. Gold Link is coming out on June 12th. That's all I have confirmed for this Friday. But like I said, hopefully Dreamville comes out.
And they say Lil Uzi's supposed to be dropping in a week or two, give or take, that Rock Nation debut. So we'll see what that do. But it's summertime, so look, things are about to drop. I know Freddie Gibbs coming at the end of the month.
Freddie Gibbs.
So it's some shit that
he needs to start working his mayoral campaign. Fuck that music.
Nigga, music be fire.
Music is fire. I cannot wait for this album.
So yeah, we got some things to look forward to, man. It's starting to heat up out here. I think that Port of Miami 2 is creeping on the come up. I think that should be around the corner as well.
Yes.
Never gonna get that either.
Oh yes, and Wale dropped a dope record as well. But it was it's absent from Apple Music for some reason, but it's a dope record. It's called
He's dropped back-to-back Mondays.
Yeah, it's called Gemini, Two Sides.
That's banging though.
Yes, it's real.
That's a nice song though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Real good song, real dope song.
All right, what you got on deck for the weekend, man?
Show 300 is this weekend, guys. Everybody that's coming in town to enjoy that, we appreciate you and all the pre-support that we got for it. We plan on it being a good time for people. come out, enjoy a good live podcast, get to meet and greet with us, and some giveaways and all the good stuff that comes with the live podcast show. So you guys, we look forward to seeing you at episode 300 here in Atlanta, 3:30. We're getting the show started promptly.
Absolutely. Doors open at 3, man. If you ain't got no invite by now, it might be a wrap.
Right. A little more enthusiasm about the show. This shit's about to be live.
Yes,
that is a fact.
That
is a fact. That is a fact.
Absolutely. It's going to be popping, man. I look
definitely-
forward to seeing everybody, man. Real talk.
That's a fact. We look forward to everybody that's coming in, man. Yeah. We expecting a nice crowd of people that are going to be able to mingle with each other and build with each other as well as with us. So y'all come out, show out, be dressed. Y'all got y'all fits laid out already?
I laid my fit out 2 weeks ago.
I'm sure you did.
Be fresh as fuck. It's going to be crazy.
Definitely going to be a game time decision because I'm
Game
always
time.
fresh. It's definitely going to be on historic Auburn Avenue, so shout out to Atlanta, the whole Atlanta.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Absolutely, man. And I might hit the movies this weekend again.
Of course you.
Yeah.
You live in the movies.
To
Might as
see
well.
what?
Shaft.
You might Shaft.
It looks funny, though. Let's keep it real.
No,
What?
No, it don't.
It looks
Let
like
me tell you who needed another Shaft.
like a
movie.
straight to
No one.
DVD movie.
That shit
Right.
looks funny. I'm here for it. Y'all do us a favor, man. Look, OndeckTV Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Go to YouTube, youtube.com/OndeckTV Podcast, and please subscribe and comment.
Subscribe, comment
Shit.
on the YouTube page, and also comment on the iTunes page and everywhere else. Also, Rap Chat on Facebook. Engage in the community. We will be posting the episode there. And on Instagram. You never know. You could be picked. If you put a good comment up on one of those, you'll be picked for On-Decker of the Week.
Absolutely.
You may get a possibly free something in the giveaway. We'll figure it out for you. But engage with us on social media. Make sure that you are staying on deck.
Absolutely, man. We out.